What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day, and if you're new to the channel and want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. On my way to 10K subs, you know the rest. If you were enjoying the content, feel free to hit that subscribe button and like the videos. Today's objective, we will be working on Warren's 350Z, coming along quite well. So as you know, Warren is a very, very close friend of mine, and I rely on him so much. So for all of his hard work helping me move and just being one of my best friends, I bought him a Mishimoto oil cooler, which he is retrieving right now. Also on our objective, we will be expanding the holes on the crash bar mounting so we can fit longer screws inside, and also his suspension is giving some weird creaking noise, so we'll be diagnosing that issue. But like I mentioned, the Z is coming along very nicely. So here we have the Mishimoto oil cooler. Again, shout out to one of my sponsors for hooking this up. Also be changing the oil too. Canon filter. I'm assuming this is the sandwich plate. What's this? The bracket for the core support. Oh dang. We got our AN lines and fittings. Bubble wrap. And then here we have the core itself. I want to go ahead and open that up. Or did you already open it up? Nice. It's just as big as the Gretty oil cooler I have on the Skyline. Actually, it looks like it's a little bit longer. Ooh, very nice. Shout out again, Mishimoto. So for this oil cooler, it is a 19 row, to those who are curious. Of course, got it on Mishimoto's website directly. This is specifically for the 350Z, so it's essentially a bolt-on application besides making custom holes for the oil cooler bracket here. So we have the Z on jack stands. We inspected the suspension and everything seems to be good. I believe the tires actually are a little bit too big for the wheel setup and are actually rubbing on the spindle there. So eventually Warren will just downsize from a 45 to a 40 sidewall. Part of the oil cooler install, of course, we have to drain the oil. Well, the adapter plate goes here for the oil cooler core. We're gonna have to relocate the transmission cooler. This is aftermarket.
You think I could do the whole not getting the oil on your finger?
That's the challenge.
I bet you I could do it. I did it on your Skyline.
If you get oil on your finger, you owe me a coffee, and then vice versa.
What?
Like, let me see. Damn, I owe you a coffee. We'll get Dutch Bros later. So the oil cooler install should be pretty easy. The oil filter is just right beside the oil drain plug on the HR motor. We'll put the sandwich plate there. We'll have to route the line underneath the chassis. I'm sure there are instructions on where to put it. Let it come out to the passenger side and then bolt it up to the core support. So we have the filter off. We'll go ahead now and put the sandwich plate on with the M20 fitting. And just don't make this too tight, because if this trips, you're donezo. A helpful tip for the day, go ahead and install the sandwich plate at an angle so your AN fittings and line will have more leeway and won't be obstructed by the thick sway bar. Okay, so we got the universal transmission cooler out. As you can see here, there are the bolts to mount the bracket, and that's where the oil cooler core will be sitting. Update, Warren and I got the bracket on. We just kind of jimmied through the bolt holes. Just have some patience, because it is quite the tight area if you are maintaining the radiator. Update, so we have the core mounted to the core support bracket. We got the AN lines routed going through the American passenger side, down underneath the splash guard to the sandwich plate there. Right now we're gonna mock up the bash bar to see where the hoses will sit, making sure that they don't intrude or bind up. Once we confirm that everything fits, we'll go ahead and tighten all the fittings up and the sandwich plate, and we should be good to go. Okay, so sandwich plate is tight. Didn't do it super tight, just a little bit more than snug.
Okay.
Got the oil filter on, got the fittings on the bottom of the sandwich plate pretty tight, as well as the AN fittings to the sandwich plate tight. All we need to do was run a couple zip ties on the lines. Again, got these AN fittings tight to the core. Warren is now just finishing up the bracket we're gonna put right here to mount the universal trans cooler to. We'll have to drill into the crash bar so we can get an extra bolt in to one of these holes here. We'll do a leak test and take it for a test drive. Update, so we have everything assembled, new oil in, new oil additive. We got lines all in, double checked all of our fittings. We got the transmission cooler on with a custom bracket Warren made. New bolts to the crash bar. Currently checking for leaks, but so far everything is A-okay. Update, so we let the Z run for a good 10-12 minutes. No leaks so far. Gave it a couple of blips of the throttle. The oil cooler did get warm, so that's good. The thermostat opened up right around like 176, 180. Next step now is to clean up shop. We'll go on a nice test drive and inspect again for any leaks. So we're gonna monitor the oil pressure and the engine temp. So first drive, took our time getting here, and then on closer to our destination we did send it a little bit. Oh yeah, that is spicy. Pretty warm, definitely doing its job though. With the oil cooler, the low temp thermostat, and the Mishimoto aluminum radiator, car sat nice at 167 was the lowest, and then the highest after sending it wouldn't peak past 200 degrees. So definitely worth the money. Thank you again, Mishimoto, for the hookup. Do that thing again. That's so sick. I've never seen that before. We are back home, everybody. Just want to say thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you all again so much for the continuous love and support. Again, oil cooler install went very successful on our drive. We drove it pretty hard on our way back to Warren's place. Oil cooler held up, no leaks, which is good. It did drop temperatures between 5 to 10 degrees, and I believe the highest the Z went was about 201 degrees, and that was driving the living shit out of it. So pretty cool. I would definitely recommend an oil cooler to those who are doing autocross and or drifting. Even as a daily driver, if you live in hot climate, I would highly recommend it. So another successful install. Some updates on the Skyline before I close the vlog out. I did sell my tires I originally bought for the work wheels. I have some new ones coming this upcoming Saturday. Instead of 215/35, I just went with a 225/35 to have somewhat of a stretch, but nothing too aggressive, that I can fit in both the front and rear of the car. This Saturday they should be in, and my buddy Melvin said he would get them all mounted and balanced for me. So I'm stoked on that. That'll be the next vlog. I did also get the wheels ceramic coated, so they are ready to go, and also got some goodies from Aero Wolf for the Ganadors. They're pretty much just visors for the Ganadors. 3M tape, you just stick them on. I'm kind of stoked. All they had was purple, but I'm hoping that purple may complement the blue-gray a little. And again, thank you all so much for the continuous love and support. And if you're new to the channel and like the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll catch you next video. Take care.